Hi, everyone, and welcome to our course, Strategies and Considerations for AAC Implementation in the Schools. I am Sarah Gregory. I am a speech language pathologist by trade. My current role, I work as an assistive technology consultant and also inclusion consultant in a public school setting. I'm in a public school district in upstate New York. I've worked in public schools, I think about 7 years now in my district, and I've been an SLP for I think 12.
That math is always tricky. I try and do it in advance. I'm Amy Wonka. I'm a speech language pathologist, and I'm currently working in an AAC specialist role in a public school setting. I've been in SLP for about 17 years, which is long. About 13 of those have been in public schools. And then before becoming a speech language pathologist, I actually worked for several years in a public school as a one-to-one paraprofessional. So it's kind of cool to have done those two different capacities. I've also worked with pediatric clients in private practice, outpatient, and substantially separate special education schools. Welcome to the course. Sarah and I co-created the content. I did a lot of the behind the scenes work, so literature reviews and things like that. You're going to see Sarah more than you'll see me because she's the person doing creating and doing all of the lectures. And she's also going to be your point person once the course starts in October. So what is the course going to look like? Here's kind of an overview of what you want to expect each week. Every week there'll be one webinar, usually about an hour in length, and you will be asked to do 3 discussion board posts. If you watch, there's another orientation video here that walks you through all of the tech steps in how to post on the discussion board, how to navigate there. And in that discussion board, one important piece to remember is that you have to post your original post. So you have to do 3 posts overall. The first one has to be submitted by Thursday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And part of the reason why we do this is because your subsequent 2 posts are responding to your peers in the classroom. And we want to give everybody enough time to read everyone else's posts, reflect on the post, and then generate your 2 response posts. So that's 3 discussion board posts, 1 due by Thursday at the end of the day, and the other 2 are due by Sunday at the end of the day. You're also going to do every week one or 2 page essay or activity, and you get to choose. So you choose if you want to do a reflection on the readings or if you want to kind of do the more hands-on practical application assignment. You can flip-flop from week to week. We don't care. Pick the one that fits your needs best or fits your learning style best. When you're doing that assignment, just please be sure to directly reference at least one of the required or optional reading assignments in your reflection. So just explicitly say something like, the Light in McNaughton 2014 article outlined blah, blah, blah. And that just helps us check some boxes as far as what we need to do on our end to demonstrate that the reading has been completed. There'll also be one 10-question quiz every week. You can take that as many times as you need to. So, and then 2 to 3 articles will be assigned as required reading. And the essay and the quiz are both going to pull pieces from those articles. And then we also have optional office hours using the Volley app, or Sarah, can they contact you by email?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet.
All right. Oh, get to our next slide. So let's look at, this will just be a really brief overview of the content that you'll get each week. So I'm really excited about how comprehensive this course is going to be. It covers so many considerations that we have working in school settings, but also in talking with Amy about the structure of the course, we both felt like anybody working with school-aged individuals would really benefit from taking the course. There's not much content that's specific only to a school setting. There's, considerations for curriculum and things like that, which we feel like would be applicable to any setting. If there's a person who's in school, they're going to be, interfacing with curriculum and Common Core standards and things like that. We talk a lot about collaboration, working with different stakeholders. So if you're working in a private clinic, you're going to want to understand the school side of things too, as we're doing like having these collaborative relationships. So in the first week, we're going to talk about some ethics, evidence-based practice. I already said collaboration. We'll do some overview things like looking at the 4 areas of communicative competence. We'll go over some different assessments and planning tools. So kind of like the starting point of what you want to do to get ready for working with students using AAC. The second week, we're going to look at different intervention approaches. So we'll overview some things like aided language input or modeling, dive into how we're going to select vocabulary and use the descriptive teaching model. Also looking at how the prompt hierarchy comes into play, some lesson planning, and some specific intervention methods. The third week, I'm really excited for because I love thinking about and being creative about how we can integrate AAC into the curriculum. We're going to talk about literacy considerations. We're going to share a lot of resources so that as you're doing some planning and actually like getting your hands on things and implementing, you have some websites and things to go to help with planning. We'll talk about also considerations for like explicit and embedded instruction and when to do either or. The last week, we're going to talk about partner implementation and kind of tie everything together because as one sole person supporting AAC, we need to be able to collaborate with everybody and also get kind of the whole circle of support on board in supporting AAC, which might involve peers if you're in a school setting. We're going to talk about how to prioritize goals for partners and also look at some different service delivery models of what your role might be as an SLP or as another professional. So that's what we have. That's our brief overview. We're really excited to dive in. As Amy said, if you have questions, please reach out. There's support for the tech, and you can reach out to me anytime for asynchronous office hours. And we're excited to get to know everybody.
It's going to be fun. AAC is fun stuff.